Welcome to the Co-Intelligent Institution. Today we examine how AI is moving from a basic tool to a structural pillar in modern learning. Based on Ethan Mollick's research, we are briefing institutional leaders on a vital paradigm shift. We aren't just looking at software, we are looking at a new way to structure education itself. As we begin, consider how these technologies will redefine the very foundation of your academic environment. To start, we must move beyond seeing AI as a passive resource. It is now an active participant occupying three distinct personas: the coworker for operations, the co-teacher for curriculum, and the coach for the student journey. This transition dictates a fundamental shift in how we perceive the educational ecosystem. Institutions must adapt to AI as a living part of the process, which brings us to the core rules for navigating this new reality. To live with AI, we follow four rules. First, utilize its enormous power for learning. Second, retain human identity and critical thinking. Third, learn without being misled by hallucinations. Finally, harness these gifts intentionally to create a better future. These rules ensure we use AI's capability while protecting the human essence of education. With these guardrails in place, let's look closer at the AI co-teacher. As a co-teacher, AI transforms the educator's role. It assists in curriculum design and handles administrative tasks like routine grading. Most importantly, it allows for personalized scaling, offering differentiated pathways to a massive student body that a human alone couldn't manage. The implication is clear. The educator is no longer just a content generator, but becomes a strategic learning director. But what about the student side? For the student, AI acts as a 24/7 coach. It provides continuous personalized feedback and uses Socratic learning to guide rather than just give answers. This creates a safe space for failure, where students can test hypotheses privately before human evaluation. This individualized mentorship accelerates mastery of complex subjects. This shift from a broadcast model to a distributed network is what defines the co-intelligent era. We are moving from a traditional broadcast model where one educator provides all feedback to a co-intelligent network. In this new distributed dynamic, AI handles micro-feedback and routine instruction, while the educator focuses on macro strategy and deep human connection. This allows for a more responsive, student-centered environment. However, to make this work, we must understand where AI adds value and where it might destroy it. Integration requires a value matrix. AI adds value through rapid data synthesis, brainstorming, and scaling feedback. However, it destroys value if used to outsource foundational critical thinking, or if relied upon for facts without verification. Institutions must intentionally design curricula that leverage these value-add zones while protecting core skill development. This leads us to the mandate of augmentation rather than simple substitution. The goal is complementation, not substitution. While AI handles the repetitive and algorithmic, humans must handle the empathetic, ethical, and highly contextual aspects of learning. Institutional training must aggressively focus on this human complementation to reduce friction and drive adoption. By doing so, we shift our focus from mere short-term efficiency to the generation of long-term institutional value. While short-term gains like faster grading are helpful, the true potential of AI lies in long-term value. We are looking at hyper-personalized student outcomes, elevated standards for critical thinking, and entirely new models of research. Treating AI merely as an efficiency tool leaves its transformative potential on the table. To capture this value, we must prioritize comprehensive training and systemic literacy across the entire institution. Effective utilization requires more than basic prompt engineering. We need systemic literacy, training faculty and students to deeply understand AI's logic and limits. We must also build safe institutional sandboxes for testing workflows and provide foundational tools for equal access. An institution's AI capability is only as strong as its training framework. This brings us to the dual engines of technological and social change. Deploying tools is only half the battle. True transformation requires managing both technological and social change. While we update infrastructure, we must also rethink organizational culture, build trust, and manage the anxiety of faculty and students. Success is no longer just about software, it's about how we measure productivity and human growth. This cultural shift must be managed as closely as the technical rollout.